Fayetteville, and whoop, pick suey as the Arkansas Razorbacks are ready to take the field. What we have in store for you today, a clash between a couple of SEC teams that could have season-long ramifications. As we'll see, the Auburn Tigers taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Arkansas Razorbacks. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Razorbacks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it out. It's Selvia. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14.
You definitely want to commit to the run game. You want to establish the run game. You want the defense to honor it. But if it doesn't work a little later down the road, you might think about airing that puppy out.
On the ground, it's Henderson. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Looking for a man, it's Knight. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Well, it's not quite the start this offense wanted to have on 3rd down. It's their first opportunity. That one falls incomplete. They're going to have to be better on those critical downs as this game goes on.
Hauls it in and looking upfield. He gets a block. Touchdown, Arkansas! Stealing a score on special teams. The return man takes it to the end zone himself, and now he'll give his team the lead.
And your defense made a big stop. You think you're getting the offense and the football back, but how about special teams coming through in a big way to take the lead for you? Get some excitement, get some juice back on your side.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. Oh, do you just hate to see it? Blew the extra point. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So here comes the Auburn offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Looking to the big tight end. He makes the catch. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. A designed run for the quarterback. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They're setting up the screen. Spinderella. He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he's stopped. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch. Make the run. Get the first down.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play. Able to wedge back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
He'll pull it on the read. There he goes. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. And he can flat roll, turning on the Jets like a Cam Newton or Nick Marshall.
I was thinking about rolling trees, but yeah, I'm right there with you, man. These Auburn offenses that are so great, they've had the same commonality over the last several years. And
wide open spaces. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The Tigers, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. The give out of the gun. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
yeah, and this offense, man, you got to do a better job blocking. And I tell you what, that's kind of been a theme throughout the season. They haven't been high-powered. They haven't really figured out who they are yet. And they still got time. The season's not over yet, but this offense still in identity mode.
Still on his feet. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Auburn! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. But the offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And he makes the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. To the air, it's St. Clair. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Keep bringing the heat like that, and you can fall in line with the likes of Derek Brown or Nick Fairley.
Man, I still remember that Nick Fairley season where he put the defense on his back. Cam Newton took care of the offense, but he ruled the defense, making big plays, getting in the backfield, getting after quarterbacks.
And he's dragged down.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Frazier. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Quarterbacks are just like anybody else. They get in rhythms. And to get in a rhythm early on third down and have a little success here and get the sticks moving, great chance to continue to get this offense moving down the field to get some more points.
Moving out of the pocket. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
These guys aren't human anymore. I mean, they got to survey the field, throw the football, make deep passes, and then guess what else? They pull the ball down, take off, and make big chunks of plays on the ground. It's just impossible to be on defense nowadays.
Wants to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. Turning it on! Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
What a great play by one of their biggest playmakers in the D-line. I can say this personally. I got my first start in college at Jordan-Hare Stadium. It was brutal. I think about it and I get PTSD to this day. When you get those types of athletes in a three-point stance rushing the quarterback with that crowd noise and your offensive tackles can't hear the snap count, it's not a lot of fun.
Going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game.
Well, they hooked up already once for a score today, so the quarterback's going back to him again deep down the field, but it falls incomplete.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one is incomplete. It's the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. And the Razorbacks will bring the punt team onto the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Last time they had it, they were backed up in their own end, marched right down the field and scored, and now they'll try to do that once again. Real power running by this guy as he bangs his way to the 24.
As a tight end, if you're going to be good in the passing game, you've got to be able to feel the windows when defenses play zone coverage. And he did a really good job of that right there. He didn't rush. He didn't hurry. He took his time, found a soft spot, and gave his quarterback an easy place to throw the football.
Looks as if Auburn will have enough for the first down. Auburn people love to recite their creed, and I think somewhere in there, it's you should run the football well.
That's definitely a part of their blueprint. Every championship team, every great Auburn team starts with the big guys up front, paving the way, running the football, establishing that first will make the Auburn fan base proud.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air, it's Knight. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
He's got it down the middle. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Right, second quarter, getting closer to the half. Offense is still having a lot of success stringing some first downs together. Defense is going to need to figure something out before they get to halftime.
Oh, he's got some space. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Power football with the run. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Henderson. Across the 25. Smashes through the tackle. Gets it inside the 10. Out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Tigers had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting now, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else, but that guy is not going to make the catch.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And And they've converted their first 2 third-down opportunities, but a 3rd and long is a different animal. He caught it, and he will score! Touchdown, Tigers!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, week to week, you just never know, which is why we're here with an update. Texas has just had no answers today. They are getting barbecued right now. This team simply does not look prepared, and at this level, you can't have that. They're trailing by 17 to SMU. Sunbelt, Funbelt. We'll circle back if anything big happens. You should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Receivers work tirelessly, tapping that toe along the sideline, and it just looks so natural for him.
Yeah, it can't just be pat and go all the time, right? Reese just jogging down the field, ball hits you right in stride. You got to be able to make awkward body catches and do it getting your feet in bounds. That was sweet.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw.
Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and I just spread me out and make me defend so many things. And you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
The Razorbacks come to the line with a new set of downs. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Looking to pass. It's St. Clair. Using his legs to buy some time. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
And he's brought down after a nice game. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost. And the Razorbacks line it up with a 1st and goal. Wants to go up top. Buys a little extra time. Looking for the goal line. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Razorbacks!
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
They got the touchdown, but now they want the 2 to tie this baby up. He's got the tight end. He gets into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion ties the game. So a drive there of 82 yards, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Knight. Got his man quickly. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield and he moves the sticks.
To the air on first down. Going to try to pop one on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out of it.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And as he throws.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell over.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He's looking deep. Incomplete. He took a shot on the final play of the quarter and couldn't quite find his man. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half. There he goes. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Going for it all. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. This is a hard game and a hard position to play. But if you're the starter at this level, you cannot miss that throw.
No, you can't. And they don't miss that very often. I mean, those are the throws that usually some big plays on. The receiver gets a step, gets open. That's not one that they usually miss.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
Wants to go up top on first down. Finds the tight end. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything. Get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Frazier. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
He wants to throw it again. Makes the grab. It's Hale. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
We've got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Now the play fake. Snags it. Touchdown, Arkansas. And that one will give them the lead. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's evolved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Selvia. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Looking downfield, it's Knight. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? Offense in a bunch formation. He's looking to throw. Tight end finds a soft spot. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 26. Get it out on the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Man, on those screen passes, I want those defensive linemen to run right up the field, and I want to throw it right over their head where I got some space and I can get my running back going. That is the opposite of what happened right there. There was no space. He couldn't even get going.
And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
Running back searching for a hole. He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up 4th down. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. The Tigers are rolling down the field. Wants to throw. It's Knight. Catch in the middle. It's Kane.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Out of the gun, the inside give. Turning it on. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big game for the offense.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running
instruction by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Auburn. I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with a touchdown.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, it gets no bigger than 1 versus 2, and this has already been a thriller. Mississippi State is ahead early in Stark Vegas, but that's not exactly Dak Prescott out there. This game is a long way from being over. They're up by 10 over South Carolina. We'll circle back if anything changes in this colossal 1 versus 2 matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Caught in the backfield. It's Frazier. They drag him down, but not before he's moved the chains, and the screen pass is effective.
Great job, too, by the QB there. Holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Makes the grab. It's Hale. And as they get him to the ground, clock running, looks as if time will expire here in the third. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. To throw, it's St. Clair. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Razorbacks send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Let's see what he can do with it. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. So here comes the Auburn offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. Quarterback on the keeper. They'll stop him at the 24, and that brings up 4th down.
That's got to hurt if you're the offense, because you're thinking with this quarterback and his size and his athleticism, that's going to be an easy 1st down pickup on the option play. But how about the physicality up front by this defense, stuffing him at the line of scrimmage?
Just needs a crack to get a return. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the 1st down.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the 1st down.
Now he'll fire back into the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, Well, I love the effort by the quarterback, right? Gets a little bit of pressure. He's able to scramble to his right, extend the play, and he tried to take a shot deep down the field, just not on the same page with his intended target.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Pulls and fires complete to the left. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And they haven't called his number a lot today, but, man, they needed that 3rd down conversion. Got to get points on this drive, trying to go down the field. Obviously, the clock isn't your friend. Nice job getting the first down there.
Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Punts it out of the air. Running through contact. Inside the 20-yard line. Pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making, very accurate. He's obviously got a lot of talent surrounding him, so no surprise with that last completion. He's now over 3,000 yards on the year.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Fighting off the defender. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Going for it on 4th down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. He makes a grab. Touchdown, Razorbacks. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Out of the end zone. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
And after having a nice game like that on 1st down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on 2nd down, on 3rd, you won't have that long to go.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll do it himself. Quarterback gets enough. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front seven tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
Motion from the back. Dropping back, it's Knight. Gonna take a shot. Intercepted, number 19. Looking for more room. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Pressure coming. That's reeled in. It's Hale. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Here comes the offense on second down. The option look. He'll toss it. Oh, he's got some space. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
And we've already seen this QB have success throwing the football down the field. How about the variety to his game? Now you run the option, you make the right read, get it to your pitch man where he can get upfield, get some extra yards. He's in the zone right now.
Now the connection takes it to the 11. And the Razorbacks will have it 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Off the play fake. Unleashes to the end zone. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, what a play by the defense there. Trailing here in the 4th quarter by 1 possession. Able to steal it away now and put their offense in position to at least go tie this game.
First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Back to pass, it's Knight. Gets it out fast. Really nice gain. Gets it out across the 20. It'll be a first down at the 22. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. On first down from their own 22. Throws to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Selvia. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Well, the defense can't afford to give up too many big plays like that. That was a simple day one go-round. A guy just running straight down the field. You need your DBs to get to that football and swat that thing away. You give up too many more of those, you don't got a shot at winning this game.
Breaks into the open. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a first down there in plus territory and now threatening to get the score. Auburn lines up quickly. Looking to throw on first down. It's caught. Knocked down at the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious.
The defense really gets it. They understand what's going on. The quarterback is a threat to run the football. I have to understand that. It changes the way I play defense. Am I going to have more speed on the field? Whatever I do, I got to make sure I do what they did right there. Focus in on the QB, lock in, and make sure he doesn't beat me.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. Better get rid of this one quick.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. To the air, it's Knight. Looking to get it in. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
What a massive play by this offense. Man, you needed it. Great execution. Now kick the extra point, tie this football game up late, or do you go for two? Do you go for the win? Do you try to take the lead? That is a you decision.
Looking to throw. It's incomplete. And the try for two and the attempt to take the lead does not work in the final seconds. Down to 17 seconds to play. They'll line up for the onside kick, and what a miracle it would be if they pull this out. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps